Kathy and I were texting back and forth the weekend, this past weekend. She's like, I know you don't have a lot of time, but just try and read at least some of the book and all. Kathy, I read this cover to cover in one day. Fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Fabulous. You will not be able to put it down. But I will say this, disclaimer, it's going to make you feel really unpopular and kind of bad about yourself.
No!
Because her life is so much more exciting than all of our lives put together.
I will say there are many stories about me making a complete fool of myself with celebrities, putting my foot in my mouth, of course, but I wanted to be honest about it because, you know, the fun thing is, I'm going to tell you what inspired the book, and it's okay to laugh because it's ridiculous. So last Christmas, I was staying, don't judge, at the Trump International. I know.
Oh, there's several pages on the Donald.
I have a Trump story in here that is a jaw dropper, and it's about a day I spent with the Donald. He wants you to call him the Donald, which is the weird. And it was a day, he talked me into doing, of course, like hosting a charity gig, and it was at one of his golf courses, and he was driving around in a golf court with me and Liza Minnelli in the back.
No, for real. This is just the Donald story.
Like, who was the craziest in that golf cart? I don't even know. But yeah, that's like just one of them. And they're all over the map. And so there happens to be a little story about someone named Rachael Ray in there.
I made the book. I was thrilled.
That's right.
I made the book.
Cut. You made the cut.
I made the cut.
That's right. You've arrived.
I have arrived. I made the cut. But some of my favorites, can I just tell you?
Yeah.
Woody Allen. This is all I'll say about the Woody Allen section.
Yeah.
He watched every episode of Hannah Montana. What?
So I was seated next to Woody Allen at a dinner party, which made me uncomfortable. It just did. And so I'm trying to talk to him, and I'm trying to relate to him, and I'm thinking about, obviously, the controversy and stuff, but I'm thinking, okay, talk to him about his movies. And then he's saying, you know, he's never seen Ray Donovan, even though he's great friends with Liam Shriver. And then I start just joking with him, and I said, well, Woody, you probably want to ask me all about the Miley gossip. And then he says, I've never missed an episode of Hannah Montana. And I was like, hey, just so you know, I'm like a loudmouth comedian. You might want to keep that down to a shout. I couldn't believe it. And then he cast her in an Amazon series.
That's right. We just watched, my husband and I just watched it the
Yep.
other day. I also found some of them really touching, like the Jane Fonda story was really lovely.
Okay, so as you know, I'm bold. I will cold call someone. Like, I have bucket lists like anybody else. And so I got Fonda's email from Rosie O'Donnell because Rosie is what I call a connector. She's been so good to me, and like you do that too. You introduce me to people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say they're going to do that and then they don't. So I went through a horrible breakup, like the kind with the ugly crying and the in the ball with the pajamas that really are almost crunchy. They smell so bad. And I emailed Fonda, who I think I had met once briefly, and I was like, Dear Jane, I am in a horrible state of mind because of a breakup. You have been through the fire. You have been through everything. Can I come over? And it was
She said yes.
She said yes. I went to her house. We both, I know. And she let me whine about boys, and then
she made her a quesadilla.
She did. She was like, here, like comfort food, here. I will say Jane Fonda makes the worst quesadilla I've ever had. Because she's so skinny, and I was like, she doesn't know from quesadillas, you know? I think she wanted to make a kale quesadilla.
I know.
But it was really sweet.
And there's chapters that are so moving to me, and that I know some. I don't know in 1/100th of the people
stop.
she knows.
But what you and I have in common is we do love the legends.
Yes,
So
Morgan Freeman. I mean, I love him so much, and reading her section on him, I'm like, I could have written this.
Because he's just one of those.
We feel so much the same about him.
He's one of those guys that has this presence, and it's like a silly little story. Because I met him once in a dinner party, and I was trying to make him laugh, obviously. And then I was hosting an award show, and he won an award, and it's a little thing, and it might sound silly. He comes up to get the award, and I'm thinking he's not going to remember meeting me. So I'm there in the ball gown. I'm like, congratulations, and he just goes, hey, Kathy, how's it been going? And I was like, good, Morgan. Like, trying to act like, hey, Morg, let's go up and like,